What is the scariest single sentence you can say to someone? Are you sitting down, or there's been an accident, especially in the same conversation? Especially worse when they say it to you after you're paralyzed from the accident. Yeah, definitely the first one. The absolute best case scenario for an "are you sitting down" is that an acquaintance or distant relative has died unexpectedly. More likely, it's someone closer to you. The flames are blocking the exit. We need to talk. I come to Reddit for the memes. Why you gotta scare me like that? Can I have a word with you? I've heard what you said in your sleep. As someone who had a vivid dream about my girlfriend last night while I was sleeping next to my father on a trip, this one hits close to home. At least it's not a vivid dream about your father while sleeping next to your girlfriend /s. I checked your search history. You should have gone for the homework folder. Amateur move. You want something like C, program files /reference assemblers /Microsoft /framework /v3.5 /temp /0354. Turn on the news. The only time I've ever heard this was at work, from our dental lab delivery guy, at 8:30 CST on September 11th, 2001. I hope I never hear them again. Me too. I was working with another guy on a small job site. Our boss rolled up, saw us just working like normal, and said, "You guys haven't heard, have you? What comfortable looking skin you have." Sounds like a non-native English speaker trying to say you look comfortable in your own skin. Don't turn around, just open your car door and walk towards me. Don't turn around whatever you do. I don't even have a driving license, and this sentence scared the shit out of me. Probably I can't do this anymore, because that can go in many different directions and most of them are not good. This made me want to cry. I cried when I heard it. I know what you did. Simple, but depending on the person, very effective. It's because people will instantly fill in the blank with the worst thing they've ever done. For people like me, the worst thing they've ever done isn't actually very bad. Just pretty embarrassing. For someone else, it's probably a lot worse. This is why I have a mild panic attack every time someone wants to have a chat with me. I would just be extremely confused by this. Like, what did I do? Been sat at home watching Netflix like the past week. Not much going on in my life. So I saw your marks recently. Someone called mine out in a dressing room during theater rehearsal and everyone looked at me in disgust. Being almost 3 years clean, I look back and say shame on them, not me. Mrs. Cindy Lau, we need to sit down. Something has happened to your child. We have a warrant to search your home. Having experienced a police raid before, this is definitely my worst nightmare. You don't have to be hiding anything. Having men in full riot gear and AR-15s in your home is not fun. I wasn't even wearing pants. In America, I'm calling an ambulance. A neighbor's dogs got loose when I was younger and attacked a lady. We ran out to help her and she was absolutely hysterical and hyperventilating, understandably so. However, I was just a dumb teen and could not for the life of me figure out why she was begging me not to call the ambulance. I mean, she was hurt. Logically to my younger mind that meant calling an ambulance. I didn't realize until I was a little older and learned about the ridiculous costs of such a ride. It's so fucked up. As a kid I fully believed that ambulance rides were free. I mean, that just makes sense, right? Someone has no choice if they need one or not. Why are we punishing people for something out of their control? My wife woke me up last night to tell me that there was an intruder in the house, except she was murdered by an intruder 2 years ago. This chills me. Damn. Pretty sure this wins. Hope you're doing okay. Just to let you know, I have a carpeted kitchen. What if your bathroom, especially around the toilet, is fluffy carpet? Okay, now hold the F up, Satan. You have been diagnosed with cancer. The hardest thing I had to do is call family members and tell them that I had cancer. Hearing it was a relief because it was 4 years of trying to figure what was wrong. I had a 10-month gap between we think this may be cancer and finding out. Since I had my insurance cancelled on me, I had people at a former workplace thinking I was being overdramatic over periods. My normal periods didn't keep me glued to the toilet or painful enough to require hydrocodone 10. Too many video games. Me too. Those phone calls were the worst. Although, when the doctor told me my cancer diagnosis, I had to ask her to stop speaking because I knew I was too overwhelmed to absorb the information. Something in this kitchen was up my butt 6 weeks ago, but I'm not telling you what. Just put everything through the dishwasher. It'll be fine. Yeah, but what about the last 6 weeks, huh? Do you have insurance? I'm pregnant, bahaha my BF, and I are not ready at all. Walk up to a stranger and say, "You look so cute when you're asleep." Or don't. You probably shouldn't. Your baby won't have a face. I literally stopped breathing when I read this. Saw this on another Reddit comment somewhere, but going into surgery and right before anesthesia kicks and we're doing the left. Right. I love you, but I'm not in love with you anymore. It's cancer. I've got good news and bad news. The good news is that it is all in your head. The bad news is that you have stage 4 brain cancer. So I opened your back quote homework folder yesterday. You laughing, cup. Here's a bit of backstory. So, I live in a bad neighborhood in a crappy apartment. The people who live to the left of our room run some kind of trap house / drug den, and they get people who sit outside their door all the time. So here I am, watching this dude who had been yelling loudly at our neighbor's door. Our room door is next to a corner, making our neighbor's door directly to the right when you leave, and of course, I begin snicker at this dude who's just cursing and repetitive banging on our neighbor's door. However, I stop instantly when this dude turns directly at the door, looks straight at my apartment door and goes, "You laughing cup." I immediately turned the lock on my door and just sat back at my living room for a few minutes until I heard my neighbor's door open to let the guy in. Since then I've never seen that guy, and my neighbors still do shady shit. You know how some dogs, like huskies, will talk? Well, I was going to sleep over at my then boyfriend's house, and he has 2 huskies, and while he was in the shower and I was in his room, I heard one of them screaming what sounded like marshmallow. It scared the crap out of me, and I sat outside the bathroom door cause I didn't want to be alone in his room anymore. I thought the dogs were outside, so I didn't realize what it was. It turns out that he didn't shut the back door all the way when he let them out, and they let themselves back in and were waiting in the kitchen for treats. Cats in heat. The noises they make are straight out of a horror movie. My cat burping. Wasn't expecting it, and I had never heard him burp before. Quite the scare. No context, no explanation. Just pass some random stranger in the street, look at them straight, and say "Jow brave." Your name, please come to the principal's office, from the speaker, after you did something bad in school. My friend sent me a Facebook message today. All I could read on the screen was "I'm still processing this, but I just wanted to let you know," so I knew it had to be something bad. His father had died yesterday of a sudden heart attack. I thought you had the kids. Probably not the scariest, but my doctor asked me, "When was the last time you ate?" I knew that meant I had to have emergency surgery. When someone texts or posts goodbye on social media with absolutely nothing else. The one time I remember seeing it, it was followed by suicide. Give me a call when you can, or please call me. I really wish people would say why. Even if it's just to check up on me by my mom, it gets me so nervous not knowing. We found the dress you hid, and we are very disappointed, young man. Gotta get milk, son. The rest results came back positive. Subscribe for more videos like this, and yes, I'm a bot. What's your problem?